Team Jackson, what's happening? Real quick before we get started, those of you that are in the DMV area, I will be in Maryland on September 16th for the Naturalista the Hair Show all-male panel. I'll be leading that, and I'll put the link in the caption so you guys can get more info. All right, but real quick, I wanted to clear up some misconceptions I saw come about whenever I posted my videos showing you guys the inspiration behind my new book, Single Mothers Are for Grown Men Only. You know, I heard somebody say, oh, if single mothers are for grown men only, that must mean everybody else who doesn't want to date a single parent is childish or immature or just a bad dating option. I guess what goes across these same people's minds whenever somebody says, I love hamburgers, is that that person must hate vegetables. But nevertheless, let's talk about it. That's not at all what I meant. You know, just because you don't date or you choose not to date or you prefer not to date a single parent does not mean that you're childish, but just think of it like a yacht. If a person buys a yacht, the safe assumption about that person is that they are what? Wealthy, right? They got their money like extra right. That doesn't mean that the people who don't have a yacht or don't want a yacht are broke or third world country poor. You know, there are definitely some wealthy people out there without a yacht, but yachts are strictly for wealthy people. Like, you must be wealthy if you are purchasing a yacht. The same thing goes for a single mother. If I see a man step up into a child's life that's not his, you know what I mean? Despite the generalizations, despite the stereotypes that come along with dating a single mother, you know, with all the things that come along with her schedule, everything they have to come with, everything they have to be to be a provider and to be a leader of that household, the safe assumption is that that's a grown-ass man. Little boys ain't cut out for that job. You feel what I'm saying? If you look in the community and you see men step into these children's lives who don't have any parents or at least no father, and they are that child's role model, they are that child's father figure, the assumption is what? That they are of high moral caliber, right? They have a lot of character. These are good guys, 9 times out of 10. It's the same thing with a single mother. You know, and I heard somebody say, well, it is a problem that a single mother never has any time. Look, man, like, times have changed. No woman who's dedicated to anything before a man comes along, if she's dedicated to anything, sports, her studies, a job, 2 jobs, building a business, traveling, whatever it is, she's not going to have time to waste. She does have time to date if she so chooses to allocate that time, but no, she doesn't have time to waste. But that's any woman, and if she didn't have anything going on, she would be the same woman that men would say bring nothing to the table. Or if she was a mother that had all this time to let her world revolve around the man, she would fit the stereotype of the woman that doesn't take care of her kids, right? Like, the saying is, if you don't want a broke man, then you better be ready for a busy man. The same thing goes for women. If you want a woman that brings something to the table, that's handling her responsibilities in some area or another, you better be ready for a busy woman. That's single mother or not. You know, and I also heard somebody say, well, it's the baby daddy drama that turns me off. I don't want to have to deal with that. Now, in this case, drama of any sort, I can understand somebody wanting to stay clear of. I have no problem with that. I have no judgments for anybody that says, you know what, if this drama is in your life, then I don't want no part of that. I can't handle that. I'm not with it. But if baby daddy drama is an issue in a woman's life, it's not the woman's problem. It's not the single mother that's the issue. It's the baby daddy. It's the male, the weak-ass male, and his weak-ass male ego that's the problem. You know, it's akin to when guys can't take rejection, and we now have a generation of women who are afraid to reject guys because guys don't know how to take rejection. There are a lot of guys out here who don't know how to let go. They have too much jealousy to see their woman that they didn't appreciate go get appreciated by some other man. So they do whatever they can to sabotage it. So it's fine if you don't want to be a part of that, but let's turn the conversation to where it should be, to these weak ass dudes that don't know how to let go. And if it's the woman that doesn't know how to let go, then that's still not a single mom problem. That's a woman that's not ready to let go of her past. At least you have a child, and you know the situation is there where you can see how those two interact, because if she didn't have children and she didn't let go of her past, then she would just have a whole nother dude you never knew existed coming in town, jumping in her walls whenever he felt like it, and then she'd come back home to you. So which one do you want? You know, and I heard somebody else say, oh, if a man with means would never want a woman with children. Let's just look, for example, at Russell Wilson. This man got more means than anybody I've ever seen talk down about single mom. This is a Super Bowl champion, a multi-millionaire, highly regarded by women, that's still being handsome, in his prime, still doing his thing. He can have just about any woman that he wanted, and guess who he chose? A woman with a child. Because he wasn't dumb enough to pass up on a potentially amazing wife because of some stupid generalizations and stereotypes. You know what I mean? And I do think that you have to be of a certain level in every area of life in order to successfully date a single mom, because you're coming into a completely different situation as opposed to, something else with a woman that didn't have any children. Financially, spiritually, mentally, you have to be on a different level. And if you're not on that level, there's no shame in that. I just want to let you guys know that sitting there talking about, I would never date a single mom. I don't want no single mom. What you sound like is the dude that's at McDonald's working the cash register, talking about how the people with yachts are so dumb for getting yachts. I would never want a yacht. You didn't have the option to begin with. So you're good. No worries. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. I'll holler at y'all later. And of course, if you want the book, I'll put the link in the caption as well. Peace.